Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to another episode in Roblox Islands. And I'm going to be showing you how to make a useful island. You can just see I just got 4G XP right there. I just keep getting it. This is going to be a tour of my island. It's pretty close to being completed, except for a couple builds that I'm going to be adding that aren't really useful. They're just cosmetic related. So I'm actually going to be doing some stuff underground some more. Then I'm also going to be doing some stuff in the sky and fixing up some lighting and stuff. So I've got some more cosmetic stuff being added to my island. And then I'm also redoing some of this tree. But I want to give you some ideas on how to make your island work for you to help you become rich. So I was grinding, I think I grinded like maybe about 70 to 80 million worth of coins at first. And then of course, I kept buying stuff and I keep buying stuff and buying stuff. So I kept spending all my coins, and that's great to be able to go out and buy stuff. That's one of the points of having coins, is not just to sit on it and store it, right? Now you're going to reinvest it into your island, and that's what I kept doing. I had to buy a bunch of luxury items for some videos. And so, you got to make your island work for you and keep you wealthy so you don't become poor in the game. So you wouldn't know it just by looking at my island, but I actually have a ton of farms here, and the only farms you can really see is going to be this one. This is actually a daily food farm, and how this worked is we actually have here, you can see I'm making a bunch of pizzas. Man, I gotta clear these out. I've been getting a lot of them. So we got a bunch of pizzas here, and we can go and sell those to the baker whenever we want to, and you can see it does a great job. So this is actually giving me cooking XP. So if we sit here and wait a minute, so you get cooking XP from a bunch of food processors, and if I really wanted to power level this, I could. So if I really wanted to just max it out to 99, I could, because I don't really care about cooking so much. This is really just for my animals, because some of my animals really like pizza. But you can see, if I really want to grind XP, the best way to do it is through here. So you just, grab all this stuff and you go 100, and you're going to see I'm going to get a ton right there. See 6,000 just now. And I just made a bunch of uncooked pizzas, which are kind of useless to me. I can go and level real quick. So if I want to do some more, I can just go this to 50 and it's 2,400. You can see I'm about to level up here. And then I could grab a bunch of dough out of here, run back over to the cooking table. So this is the fastest way to make XP. So I'm not really dedicating this video on it as a tutorial. You can see I just level up to 61. So it's really easy to level up. But what's great about this design is I'm earning XP while I'm on my island, right? So as long as I'm around and my island's loaded, it's making XP for cooking. And then of course I have a store over there. I'm not going to show this because that's coming up for an upcoming video. And then I've got my portals, which are useful. So, so I can go out and grind and I can go get diamonds. I've got my animal farm here. This is giving me animal care XP because they, as long as they eat from my trops. I can also add a couple things here. I can add a milker, I can add the wool vacuum, I can add all kinds of stuff to that to make even more animal XP if I wanted to. And the other thing you're going to notice is I'm actually getting 4G XP. So I'm getting 4G XP as long as I'm on my island. I get 4G XP because I have some smelters going. So you can see I just got 12 right there, and it's just going to keep going. So what I did was actually I made a second layer to my island. So because honestly, factories and stuff are really an eyesore. I really don't like seeing them on islands. I go to an island and I see a million totems or smelters. I'm just like, ugh, because I'm so tired of seeing this equipment. I'm so tired of it, right? But I'm smelting gold, I'm doing all kinds of stuff, right? So what I did was I actually made an underground kind of farm. So check this out. It's actually really clean too. So you can drop down to this platform here, and we are now under my island. And so you can see, and a lot of people have done this. This is not an original idea, by the way. The whole underground farm is not new, by the way. This is we've been doing this for a long time. I've done it on a bunch of different builds. There's a lot of players out there that do this already. But the difference between theirs and mine, I think, is just the structure of everything. So I've thought about this process, right? So I've got my gold farm here. So you can see I've got gold drills going. And so this gold here drops down, and then it goes through and it gets smelted, right? So the smelter's going, and this smelts any gold that comes through. And then you can see I've got some gold in here. So I keep clearing it out. So if I'm doing an overnight grind or something, there's no chance for these to fill up because, I've got multiple in and output chests here. So clearly I'm getting some forging XP from that whenever it does it. And then over here is actually my iron and my steel farm. So I could actually have multiple steel mills going, but I really don't need a whole lot of steel. Like this fills up so often for me. I don't really need a lot of it. See how much I've got. So I've already got a 510. I just spent it all the other day. So I don't really need more. If I want to, I can easily expand this out to a bigger farm. But here's the problem. Steel mills will actually lag your island out completely. So I would actually recommend, unless you need a ton of steel, in which case I don't, because I could just fill these up and grab them whenever I want, or I'll just buy them from players because it's so cheap. You could buy these for like nothing. So I pretty much just have one steel mill going. But the problem is steel does not require that much iron, right? Because I don't want too much iron to actually go to the steel mill. Otherwise, it's going to be held up right here, right? So you can see it gets stalled. So we don't want a whole lot of iron over here. And so how you do this is I actually have two randomizers coming from the smelter. So what happens here is it's twice as likely to go into my iron storage because I want more iron, right? Because otherwise it's going to fill up a bunch of iron here and it's going to be useless and it's going to start despawning. So what I want is for these to cycle back. So I want it to, be twice as likely to actually go down here so that I can fill fill these chests with iron because iron is always used in islands. And so I really need this, especially if you're making furniture or you're trying to build stuff. I mean, this is super useful. So I pretty much just go and grab this and clear that out. The one thing I don't have on this farm right now, and I don't really need it, but is a coal farm. But you can see I've got 5,000 coal right now. But that's probably the next thing I would do. And it's actually really easy to do. All you got to do is set up some totems with some conveyors and some chests, and you're pretty much done. So I could actually do that even right here if I wanted to. I could actually just put a couple of conveyors, have them drop into this, you know, or something if I really wanted to. That is how I'm going to get my Forging XP. And you can see it's just a really clean setup. I could just go and check the chest whenever I want to. I'm getting Forging XP as well. So that's great. So it's multi-purpose. Then of course I've got here my cactus farms. So I can pretty much just run through here whenever I want to, whenever it's ready, because it does take a while. So I don't run this that often, but you just run through here and then I replant it, right? And if you really want to, you can set up an anvil right here. So if you're trying to make like cactus spikes or something, you just make them whenever you're done farming. The other great thing is I can actually farm my berries. You don't really need much more than this, honestly. What I do is I run through here and I farm these, and by the time I'm done with this full run, you know, it's ready to go again. So you don't really need giant berry farms. A lot of people do that for flex. I actually think it's kind of wasteful because you could actually make money off those berry bushes, and you don't really, you know, you don't need that much because it's going to respawn by the time you're done with all of them. So I'll harvest this, and about like 2 seconds later, it's pretty much ready to go again. So I don't really need more of this. Plus, it's just kind of daunting to go through so many. I don't really, you know, spend a lot of time, especially since berries are not as good anymore, but they're really good for leveling up. So I like to just do this for the seeds, and I like to sell the berries to people that need to level up their economy. And so you can see I just got a seed there because the seeds are going for about 8,000 a piece. It's not bad. And so I tend to, you know, try to sell these whenever I can. Like I said, they are great for economy XP. So pretty much just run through here and I, you know, harvest that. And then I've got my cry iron farm over here. This is a very simple farm. I've gotten a lot of cry iron from it. This is not really a good AFK farm. Generally speaking, I don't really AFK cry iron that much because it's just so easy to farm this actively, and I don't really need it that much. If I wanted to make this an auto farm, it would take me 2 seconds to convert it. I basically put some flags and then change this so that I don't make a left turn. And so at the end here, I would pretty much set this up like this, and then I would, you know, take this out and have my character drop down, and then I would respawn and keep looping that. So I can totally convert this over to an auto if I really wanted to, but I just don't really want to be honest. I don't need one. And then right here, I've got my tree farm. So I run through here, and some people are going to probably say right now, DB, you're doing it wrong. You need to just break the grass block under it. And you're 100% right. You can do that if you want to, but let me tell you, I do not like having to switch back to my grass block and replant grass blocks. I already have to replant the sapling, so I don't really like doing the grass blocks. If I'm doing like a noob to pro video, maybe I'll do it, but typically I'm watching a movie. I don't really want to have to pay attention to that. And what I'd rather be able to do is just go like this, grab my auto clicker, run through, not have to, you know, manually click anything. So again, you're talking about manually clicking a bunch of grass blocks and placing it correctly so it doesn't get out of, you know, hand. And I just don't want to do that. So I'd rather just kind of sit here and look at another screen, you know? So just kind of do this, run through, and I'm just farming this for XP anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's nice to get the wood, but I just do this for XP. It's working out pretty well. I'm still grinding it. I'm only level 68 on it. It takes a while. Hickory is a really great choice if you're looking for a ton of XP, but you know, I'm just going through here. But yeah, you could essentially do this. And it's going to take you way less time, right, to cut each of these, but I don't really want to do that. I got to get a grass block. I got to do this, and I got to fill in all these gaps afterwards. You know, it's just not as nice. I don't like it. Let me just tell you, I don't really like it, but I will do it sometimes. And then over here, we got my star fruit farm, and I don't really need farming XP, so I haven't really been doing this, but this is actually really good also for leveling. So if someone has pretty high level combat and they've unlocked Buffalo Island, so level 16, you can unlock starfruit. So at that point, if you're trying to level up, you know, an alt or your main account, you can just kind of run through here and you can pretty much just farm, you know, a bunch of starfruit. So I do that every now and then. So this allows me to just kind of grab some real quick and just run through and, you know, pretty much farm what I need. It's pretty much a miniature version of my old farm. If you remember my old farm, that made a ton of money for me. This is just a smaller version, and that way I can actually have some starfruit to sell as well. So I can, you know, fill up a vending machine with this and sell it on my island. The nice thing about this setup down here is I can pretty much do everything within seconds. You know, like, what do I want to do? Do I want to get some cactus? Do I want to get my gold? Do I want to get my iron, my steel? Do I want to be able to get some cry iron? Maybe some mining XP? Do I want to cut, you know, down some trees because I need some wood? Do I want to get my wood XP? Do I want to get farming XP, which I'm already obviously maxed out? Do I want to get, you know, some starfruit and such? And so, of course, I could also also, you know, convert this so that if I want to expand these into multiple lanes, so I could do a carrot version of this, I could do an onion version of this. I don't really want to, but I could. So this is like I said, this is a great way to set up your island if you're looking for something like this. And the other thing is I probably would have put my farm animals down here too, but I like to be able to access them at the top because they're a little bit more approachable. People can visit them, they can pet them. So I don't really want to do that. And then when I'm ready to go back to the top, I just jump off and I'm back. So it's just a really great way to, you know, you don't see it. You're getting XP, like I said. You can see I just got 4G XP again. And overnight that adds up. You know, it's pretty much like 18 every second. It's not a ton, but you know, it's good enough. And I have everything unlocked, so it doesn't really matter. It's level 62. So maybe in a future update, if I really need to grind this out even beyond 77, then I will. But you know, and then economy XP, I stalled out at 91 because I haven't really been selling to the vendors. But I'm not really missing anything on my island. If you look back at the skill sets again, I've got wood cutting covered, I got mining covered, I got economy covered by selling, you know, I can sell starfruit, I can sell berries. I've got animal care covered with my little animal, you know, with my animals over there. I've got foraging covered with my gold, my steel, and my iron. I've got, you know, fishing. No one can do fishing on their island, but you know, you have to do that on the hub. I've got cooking nailed down. I've got combat, light melee, heavy melee, archery, and magic nailed down with just farming core over and over. You know, it's just super easy to just do whatever, you know, what do I feel like doing? So I thought this would be a great video to show you so you can actually get some ideas. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and smash the subscribe button if you're new. And hopefully we're going to get an update this week. If we don't, I got some ideas for you. I'm also working on something cool over here relating to these vendings. It's actually going to be cool. That video will probably go up tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited. So thanks again for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.